Hello there, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about all the FNAF movie leaks that have been coming out from way back in December, whenever the original Jim Henson's Creature Shop tweet came out from Jason Blum, all the way up to nowadays, where the Spring Bonnie mask has been revealed, and we're going to get down to those nitty-gritty details. So why don't we go ahead and jump on into it? So our first look at any of these leaks here, this was from an official tweet by Jason Blum. There's an image that looks like one of the employees at Jim Henson's Creature Shop are working on a model-sized Freddy Fazbear. They have the little human figurine there, and it's got like the costume on, and it definitely looks like FNAF 1 Freddy. We know this because, he's got the microphone. It could be Golden Freddy, but I assume they're just making a standard Freddy Fazbear. He's got his hat down by his feet and everything. But if you look across the way, and you can kind of see what looks like a white-looking mask with lines and stuff drawn on it. So maybe they were working on the full-size head sculpt whilst they were making these models, which is very interesting because nobody seemed to have pointed that out. And so next we have an official quote from Jason Blum on Twitter. He says, "It's great to be working with Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Their expertise working with animatronics is absolutely killer." He's going off and making a little pun there. But, and it has the photo that I've shown you guys earlier down below. But anywho, this is just kind of him, going off and giving us a little bit of a teaser, while this dude's over here working on it. So, this was pretty cool, and this was one of the first things that we ever got. But coming up next, they started building the facade of the building that we went off and got to see. So that's pretty cool. So why don't we get on to that? And here we have Freddy Fazbear's Pizza itself. Now, as you guys can see here, we have one of, I think, Lady Fizzy's drawings of Freddy with white gloves. Thank God she got fired is all I can say. Anyway, I kind of knew she was kind of garbage before any of this stuff happened, because I did ran across one of her fan fictions about William Afton. Fucking pervert. Anywho, going off and getting that little side tangent aside, the sign is very well done. I will say that. As far as the lighting and things go, I would have preferred a different style for the sign, obviously, for the Freddy Fazbear character himself. A little something like the Freddy and Friends on Tour style would have done better. Maybe if they would have made it a little more accurate to the character, other than just slapping a piece of basic bleh art. Other than that, I do like the sign good enough. The light work and everything really works well. It looks like one of those BioWorld shirts, not gonna lie. So I guess that's not the greatest thing, but other than that, the colors on the building, very childlike, reminds me a lot of the Chuck E. Cheese's buildings and everything, kind of how they had the different colors, the purples. You know what? Honestly, it always kind of reminded me of a Taco Bell. Chuck E. Cheese's and Taco Bell, for some reason, just look alike to me. I guess maybe it's just because their buildings and stuff are so multicolored and they have all the little overhangs and everything. So yeah, Chuck E. Cheese's, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and Taco Bell all look alike to me. And so as you guys can see, there is a bunch of the different workers and stuff. They're going off and, plugging in the sign and hanging everything up, and they're going off and working on it. There's a bunch of different people all around, and for some reason there is what appears to be tape on the doors. I don't know why they did that. Maybe they went off and, it has like a price or something on it. Who knows? But yeah, there's just, the staff and people working on the movie. They're, coming out to look at this, and that's pretty neat. But yeah, that's just kind of it for this picture. Moving on. Here is a far off shot of that same picture. It's got a little bit of a color gradient on it. It kind of looks a little bit more washed out this time, but as you guys can see here, there are still people working on the building, or at least the facade of the building. But yeah, pretty cool. It's really nice to get to see the full scale of this thing. It would have been so cool to get to go see it in person. However, unfortunately, I do not live in Louisiana. Now, as you guys can see here, here's a better look at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and one of the doors is officially open. That's super cool, so we get to go off and see what that looks like. The colors and everything are very bold. It looks really nice. It looks like you could just walk in and, turn to your right, and boom, there's the show stage. Be served a nice hot piece of cardboard like pizza if you catch my drift. But yeah, it looks pretty good. There are a couple trucks parked out front, probably to go off and get the crew around wherever they need to, probably going off and working on some of the electricity and things in there to go off and get that sign working. But yeah, so, that's pretty cool. Moving on to the next picture. And here we are now, guys. This is the most recent picture of the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza building, other than whenever they're taking it down, but that's against the point. As you guys can see here, there is a police car parked out front. What looks to be one of the actors up here by the door, Josh Hutchinson. Sorry if I butchered your name, but he appears to be holding on to the security gate. You guys might have some of those in your schools and the malls and things like that whenever a business is closed for the evening or even closed permanently. They'll have those security metal gates just to make it harder to break into the place, and it is pulled across the opening doors of the pizzeria, which is pretty cool to think about. It kind of makes you think, oh, no wonder the animatronics didn't just smash a window and crawl out, if they wanted to escape. But that sets up a lot of cool stuff, because I could only imagine Mike's out here trying to get into this place, and then a cop car pulls up, but then Freddy just is behind the glass door and just slinks off into the shadows, and the cop just thinks that he's crazy or something. That's going to be a really cool thing to see happen if that happens in the movie. But that's kind of one of my theories, is one of the animatronics goes off and catches his attention, or something moves in there and he goes off and wants to go in. So that'll be very cool. Lots of tension. And the place just looks a lot more worn down. You can see that there's some vines and stuff all over the place, but let's get a better shot of that, shall we? Now, as you guys can see here on this image, there is a security light out front in the parking lot, and it is completely covered in vines. It just crawled all up that thing. And the pizzeria obviously looks a little bit more decrepit. Some of that nice polished yellow paint that we seen earlier is now kind of graying and turning a little bit of a duller color. And this place has obviously been closed for a while now, so it's kind of interesting to go off and see. Now, as you guys can see here, it is a lot more open, since there's none of the cast or the cop car there anymore, the police vehicle, sorry. And it just looks a lot more decrepit. So obviously this place has been either very neglected or it's closed for a while, because we do know by the time FNAF 1 takes place, a couple of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzas have just been either sitting there or just absolutely rotting away on a very, eraser-thin budget. But yeah, so this place hasn't really seen the best of days, and it's probably only going to get worse from here. So this here is kind of a unique image. This appears to be a building that was chosen for filming. Daco talked a little bit about this on his video about the FNAF movie. He theorized that this might be a closed Freddy's location. I kind of have a theory that I kind of have the same theory that Daco has, that it might be a closed Fredbear's location. But honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if this was something like Henry's old house, because something tells, just kind of echoes in my brain that it kind of just looks like an old workshop to me, because it has that front little railing for the stairs and everything, that it kind of just looks like it might just be a small shop or something like that. Maybe it's just a place where Henry built some of the robots or something like that. Maybe something's being stored there. Maybe Afton. Maybe this is where Afton takes his animatronics back. Who knows? This could be Afton's hideout for all we know. It's very boarded up, very neglected. The windows and stuff have boards crossing them. The doors and everything look like they've been boarded over. Whoever's in here obviously doesn't want anything getting in or out. So that's what we know. I got a lot of theories for this place. Could be Fredbear's, could be Afton's secret hideout, could be Henry's old house. Who knows, guys? Anything's possible at this point, but here's just a little picture of it. Moving on. So now we have something that appears to be a modern mall. This does not appear to be in the FNAF 1 location anywhere, and it's obviously not from the game because it doesn't have the checkered floor, and we don't see that location in any of the games. I think this is just kind of a fun reference to FNAF World with the Chica's magic rainbow, lurking in the background. I think this is just going to be a fun reference. It's not necessarily strictly Freddy Fazbear's. Only we, the fans, kind of know what that's from. Yeah, I just kind of think Scott just kind of threw that in there, just, a little nod, like, the rainbow is still hunting you. Sorry, that was kind of cringe, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, we also have some more scenes here, located in this mall. So now, as you guys can see here, you can see the actor for Michael, Josh Hutchinson, going off and standing in this fountain. Now, there is footage of him going off and beating the living daylights out of another actor. Obviously, it's part of the act. But, you can see the film crew and everything around him. But he appears to have just got freshly fired or something, or he gets fired over this, because he beats the living daylights out of whoever is on the receiving end of his fury, and he is now standing in this fountain, and this is just a picture out of that video. Go ahead and go find it. I'm not allowed to play it here for legal reasons, obviously, but that would be pretty cool to see the the FNAF movie being shot in your local mall. And here we have the first footage of the FNAF movie being filmed. This was dropped in a tweet. I'm not sure by who. I think it was by Jason Blum. But, it has their little call card of Bad Cupcake, which is the official name of this movie while it is filming. It is actually going to be probably something like Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, or just Five Nights at Freddy's. But right now it's just being called Bad Cupcake, so that's kind of cute, kind of a nice name. But yeah, so there's not really too much to talk about here. It just kind of looks like somebody's shoulder is being filmed at the moment. But it's probably one of the opening scenes in the movies. Oh, hey, that's cool. Now, the one thing everybody came here for, the official reveal of the suit. The Spring Bonnie mask has been revealed. Now, as you guys can see here, there are two. They probably have a main one that is, going to be worn by an actor and everything, and the other one is probably a stunt double just in case, the other one goes off and gets damaged. They have two, and they are completely identical except for some small things like some of the withering. I don't know whether that's withering or blood. They're just, little slight things. They're just a little bit different, but you can barely tell. But yeah, they just slightly appear to be different on texture in some different places. But that's really the only thing that you can tell. But like I said, it's probably just in case one gets damaged. These look so good. I am going to draw Spring Bonnie like this from now on. It is so accurate to Springtrap. I am so happy with these. I am very pleased with how Spring Bonnie actually looks. Kind of funny because I just got done making a Spring Bonnie mask, and as much as I'd like to say that mine looks accurate, mine really doesn't look that accurate to the movie Spring Bonnie. Mine looks more accurate to the Into the Pit Spring Bonnie. But these masks look so good. I'm sure everybody's seen these by now, but oh my gosh, I am just fanboying over how amazing these animatronics are going to look. We haven't gotten a full view of Freddy Fazbear yet, but we have seen him out in the wild. I can't really find a good picture that's not grainy and going to lead people to think that it's fake, but whenever I do, I will make a video about it, because oh my gosh, these models, these masks look amazing. I cannot wait to see these things in action. This movie is going to be so epic. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, going on 9 years in the making. 8 years in the making, actually. But still. And not only that, but the fact that the movie has been rumored to be 18 plus, this is going to be awesome, guys. It is going to be so good. I am so ready for this movie. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you all so very much for watching. A like and subscribe would be appreciated. There's getting ready to be a storm out here, so I guess I better run inside. Hope you all enjoyed, and bye-bye!